Hello, everybody. My name is Lawrence Yan Yene. I am your usual homo host for the Relationship and the Society show. And this is the show that brings you all the information, the entertainment, the education, as well as word of encouragement. Well, the invitation is yours to join us. Please help to share the show. We highly anticipate your opinions, your comments, your views, your corrections. We are not perfect. Until then, let us take a pre-look from Professor Jones Dopo, the late of the University of Liberia. Don't go away, guys. Please share the show. Well, I tell you, that's the voice of Professor Jones Dopo of the University of Liberia. Professor, may your soul rest in perpetual peace. We will continue to remember you. Well, if today is your birthday, we will say happy birthday to you. This is the Relationship and the Society show. The invitation is yours to join us at this time as we dive into general discussion about our community. Please help to share the show. I tell you, help to share the show, guys. What do we say? Good morning. We are fully loaded, guys. We talk about our Liberia community in Waterloo, Falls. Then we talk about Uminko.
Nobody will see the girl until he died. But there was a boy in the town called Pay, so handsome. Pay found his way to this girl and spent a month without the father knowing.
Uminko is the United University Council.
The father went to visit his daughter. He said, "Oh, my daughter will give you better." They get it up. Passing you come here, no man can come there. You alone, so you don't want to give me better. They began to gossip about the father. When the better was 9 months, the chief went there and told the daughter, said, "Tomorrow you will drink something with water. If I the one pregnant you, then you will vomit. But if you lie on me, you will die." They got sent for pain in night, secretly. He said, "Pay, I'm about to deliver. My father wants to kill my baby and myself." He said, "Don't worry. I will go to one King Juneville and drink. Get drunk. When you drink that water, I will come and jump on top of you. When you start to run behind me, then you will get chance to stay and vomit. Because if you don't stand up, you will not vomit." They went to one King Juneville soon in the morning. He took one best beer barrel, he drank it. The second one, he drank it. The third one, he drank it. He fell asleep. Started dreaming about America, Europe, Asia, and one night. They kept drinking the started with water. The baby began to turn in her stomach. When she looked this way, she couldn't see Pay. She told her father, "I want to sing." The father said, "He said, you can sing, but don't stand up." She started calling Pay in cry.
I'll tell you.
That guy was lying down daydreaming. One older went downtown when he said, "We are witch." She turned to one mango flower. The mango flower went and sat down and fed to the King Juice mill. And hauled it live head from Phil Nostri. Phil jump and said, God damn it. What kind of way I have forgotten about the people's daughter? He took her his shape, took her his trousers, took her his previous, everything. He started running. The property started knocking on his lap. Yes, As soon as he came and jumped over together, the king said, "Yo, grab that man quick." He started running in the bush, and you know when no security people are in favor or something, they'll run behind you with some kind of pretense. They jump in the bush, and during that time, the girl was able to harm it. When she delivered, the baby was so found that the grand people called her Sonwele. When the girl was 6 years old, they said, "Who your father?" He said, "That the chief." The chief said, "But what kind of business is it?" One fine morning, the chief called his daughter and said, "You and my grandchild, my so-called grandchild, will go to the market today. And the man that girl will point her hand to that the man will marry you." The chief daughter said, "Well, I will show the people that I don't fall in love with ugly men. I will show the people my lover today." By that time, pay her gone.
All right, guys, we tell you that's the voice of Professor Jones Dopo, the late professor of the University of Liberia. I tell you, please help to share the show. I'll tell you.
She started looking in the mirror. You know, when people are getting old, they can't man their mouth. One old man was sitting down, he called again and said, "Look, I know your power, but go looking at shop and one man drinking there, looking at you." Did they get one?
Facebook, we own no copyright. Facebook, we own no copyright to any song I place here. We own no copyright. Facebook. We just want to entertain our audience. We own no copyrights to any song I place here. Facebook. Okay, guys. Having listened to the prelude, the contribution by our late Professor Jones Dopo of the University of Liberia, it's time for us to start this all-important show. We've been away for some time, so we're so sorry for that. This has been due to some circumstances beyond our control, you know. So we are here to talk about so many things. We will first start with our Liberian community within Waterloo, Cedar Falls. We'll be with our communities first from our community before we can go to our country, Liberia, as large. Yes, then we'll talk about the just issue, that $1 million worth of project, the community party get down there. So we got more to talk about, guys. Please help to share the show. We will not be here for a longer time. We want to say many thanks to Honorable Cornelius Jutunu Davis and Honorable Eric Koluba. These are emancipators, which you actually say many thanks to these guys. These are guys that stand for the truth within a society. They stand for organization. Cornelius Davis and Eric Koluba have been there for the Liberians living in the Cedar Valley. They actually want for the organization to stand. I mean, comrades, you guys won the battle. You won it. We could see those guys going to court. I don't know what were they going for. What's your argument? What are you going to court for? The allegation against you is you are supporting Richard Binney to violate the Constitution by seeking third term, which of course the Constitution is against, which it is a violation to the Constitution that you have copy in your hand. Then you want to go to court. Why not? To go say, Colonial David, he can't finish, he resign, he took money from the community or cover, or Eric Conroy, go to meeting, go for it. What really was these guys' claim? What were their claims? Let's say. Why did they go to court? Why they went to court? To go say what? What really? What a defense they had to go based on? that other people following it. Hey, the minute appear in court, the Corina did not appear. Corina ran away from his own case. Corina went late. But the defendant they were info. Why really they went to court? Because you can go to court when you get argument, when you get point. Logically looking at it with your little sense. Why those people went to court? Why John Whistle and other guys? Why they went to court? Why the ground they have to go build argument on? The Constitution that says so. Is it not in the Constitution that none of the executive members should seek 13? Is it not specified in the Constitution there that you can only succeed yourself once? I said, tell me, it's not there. So logically, when you look at that, Sonny said to argue before, people were jumping all in a group chat or talking, Corina ran away for your own case. The comrades, he won the case. Corina won the case. We only want to tell Corinians, drop the thing, forget it. At least you have already you have set our history. You set our record. Everybody knows. Now we know the people we have in our community. I felt so surprised. Even Professor, one of our stakeholders, we refer to him as our professor, Akito, recording Corinians. I mean, the prof has to apologize. He needs to, he owe apology for that. Because it was not right. Recording Corinians, bringing it, and he did not inform Corinians that he was recording Corinians. Mr. Akito, then there are people that we depend on in a community. And even if something happened, he was not to have done that. Record of Corinians can put in a group chat, people laughing with it. He say Eric Cordoba was sleeping, he went to him. I mean, that is provocation. You see, that's complete provocation. But however, the comrades won the case. Corina then won the case. They set that record. It was clear. So there's no argument about it. So now it leaves with the community allowed to trust the board now, because the board has stood on ground to violate the Constitution. So the Constitution is not trust. It's not something to trust now. Yes, Mama, how are you? Prosperity. Simple. Yeah. I salute you. Baku is strong, bro. I salute you. So, we got pending elections in March. Can we trust the board? These are people that are violating the Constitution. And the Constitution says the board should set up electoral committee. So we cannot trust the board. I think the president needs to call general meeting. In fact, the community need to prevail on the president to convey a general meeting where people will go and appoint. The community can select or appoint, let's say, electoral board committee members. Because the board that we have now, they are not trusted. These are people that don't have time for the constitution of the organization. John Whistle and his guys. So if you don't want confusion in the upcoming elections in March, you better excuse John Whistle then from there. John Whistle then should not be the one to appoint the electoral committee, because it is the board, according to the Constitution, the same Constitution they violated. The Constitution says the board should set up electoral committee. The board should appoint people to run the elections. So the board now has stood to violate the Constitution. And this board, one of the members of this board was with the past board that appointed the election commissioners, the commissioners, the election commissioners that run the election that illegally brought Richard Winnie to power. So this bull can never be trusted again. The community should know that. So for the elections in March, the community needs to go together now and set up electoral committee, neutral people. There are good people in the community. We still got competent people. Even the elders are not standing to be impartial now. We got some youth, some young people that can run our elections now. So the board is not neutral. And as we all know, even Cornelius David is standing to contest in the election in March. Cornelius either contest or he will be one of the key supporters of Kennedy. So John Wisa and his guys cannot be the people to set up election committee to run neutral election in March. No. Let the community set up the election committee. Let the president convey a general meeting. But when the community can prevail on the president to convey a general meeting where community members will go and set up electoral committee members. There are competent people in the community that can run election that will end up without violence, without any discrepancy. Because the board members we got now, they are not neutral. In fact, we're not even seeing one of the board members in the community. Giffler Smith is not here. Whether he lives here, for some of us, we don't know. So we cannot rely on this board to run this election, to run these elections in March. So the community need to set up election committee, or else we will still see ourselves going to court again. Because the board has stood to provoke this situation. The situation that illegally brought Richard Winnie to power, that is a complete violation of our constitution. The board, the present board still stand by it. They stand and they are protecting, they are working with Richard Winnie. They are violating the constitution. And it is the same past board members that set up election committee that went and brought Richard Winnie to power illegally. Richard was not to have contested. The election committee were to have gone through the constitution and deny Richard. So we need neutral people. The case was won by Cornelius and Eric Columbus. They won the case. And I told the comrades, them, I'm standing by you guys 100%. We will fight the case. So Cornelius, no need you waste your time. Leave that case. At least the record has been set. The Liberian people know now the kind of person Cornelius David is, because he stands for the right thing. Maybe sometimes he stands, sometimes he doesn't stand, because we all know Cornelius, he left power, he did not think over whatever he has or he had at the time. But we spoke on this. You could not see any of these community members that are talking today. We sat on this platform, we discussed it over and over. None of them could go after Cornelius. But now that Cornelius is the fact that somebody was wrong yesterday is not the fact that the person cannot talk against wrong, especially wrong that benefits the majority. When the Constitution is being respected, it benefits every one of us. But when Richard Winnie violates it today, John Brown will want to violate it tomorrow. What will you say? You will be one-sided? So some of you say, Richard, Cornelius, we're talking. Cornelius, he resigned. It doesn't. In fact, it can even be today. Anytime you can still bring Cornelius matter to book. After thousands of years, just in recent time, some years ago, a lawyer from Kenya went to court and sued the Israeli government for the death of Jesus Christ. You see how long it took? So, whether Cornelius was in power, he didn't make report, this, that. It does not mean that Cornelius cannot speak against ills in a society. And you get issue with Cornelius, bring it. I don't care how many years pass, bring it. The lawyer in Kenya, I'm talking about, the man went to court with confidence. He said, the way the people killed Jesus Christ, it was not right. Yeah, Eric, if you want to come on, you can come, you make your impact. I can send you the link if you want to come on. The lawyer said, in fact, there was no fair trial for Jesus Christ. The people, they hanged Jesus on the cross for no reason. And in fact, even Jesus had lawyer to defend him to be guilty. That crime never warrant death penalty that they gave to Jesus by hanging Jesus Christ. So the higher court in Kenya dismissed the case because of trial jurisdiction. The man went to the Hague and all with the case. So anytime cases can be tried in court. And we all seen it here in America. Some cases, some crime can occur. Some crimes can occur 5-6 years ago, and you can still see people going after the perpetrator, bringing the perpetrator to book. You see? So, what can we say here? So this is what we are saying. You see? This is what we are saying. I don't care how long it takes, you can still bring Cornelius to book. If Cornelius has left power and he did not. In fact, Cornelius David is standing to contest in the coming elections. These are places you can hold Cornelius. But by you telling Cornelius that Cornelius should not speak on else, should not stand for the organization. Cornelius David should not defend the organization today. You see, Richard Guinea them, John Wizard them, they carry the organization down the drain. Cornelius David living an important time just to pursue this. Then people jump in, hey, Cornelius, you ran away from your own kid. Yeah. Now what made Jesus Christ say, Father, forgive me? But they do not know what they are doing. You ain't really know what you guys been doing. Yes. Then you see the other men too, they not try, they not go to court. Richard Winnie and men see my brother, he that we are with them, they not try. What do y'all went to court for? Why y'all ground? Why y'all argument? That case there, the men complain against you guys is clear. Why y'all backing Richard Winnie to go for 13? Then Richard Winnie all going to court. You get case, but at least the comrades, they did well. They won you guys. Had Corina appear over there that day. What did y'all coming go bring way by story? How Corina, he was giving power, he resigned. Like all that I think y'all coming go see. Big yeah. You lead that team, man. Now why y'all then who the judge are coming listen to you? So guys, we should actually tell Cornelius David and Eric Koliba many things. They did well. They did well. We need, if only we can have people that Eric Koliba, then Cornelius David, then in numbers in Liberia will be straight. Or even in this community, you will see people who will stand for the right thing. Eric Koliba and myself, y'all know, Eric Koliba and myself we almost fought. In fact, Eric joined on me during the elections. You guys know about that. That day was not easy. The man said, wow, recording him. But You know, you myself can even Mayflower here will do anything. Your interaction alone, it will make I will create likeness for you. Now not everybody that can fight you can be really your enemy or against you. Maybe sometimes something can make some people to go against you. But I see every quarterback to be one of the good brothers in this community who stands for the right thing. He doesn't compromise the right thing for the wrong. They got no reason to go to court. But because of the organization, because of disadvantage, this is something the guys want to set precedent so that other people cannot follow it tomorrow. If you let Richard, you allowing Richard Quinn to go impunited today. He said the man already, the man went to the election, people voted for him, so let him already go. What if it happens tomorrow in other incidents? What will you say? You are the same people that were talking yesterday that why the president got to appoint Lami Nkrumah to become financial committee chairperson, which of course the constitution says it should be the financial secretary. Then you the same person today, you cannot speak out to tell Richard, say, Richard, hey, calm down. The board that we expect that's supposed to be there speaking for the community, that the board today, there, what happened there, Mark? You tell me from the time John Wissel and God, they took over. Oh, I seen the community going nowhere. Because why in the community that contact? We got competent people in this place. Well, if you get more family members, you receive vote. Or people who know you, or you can go for party, they will vote for you. Then when they go there, they know the job. You tell me now, the board members, those 5 board members that were elected, what have been their marks? What have they done? The constitution over there are some clauses in that constitution that are ambiguous. What have the guys done? John Wissel and board members, Chairman John Wissel and his board members. What have they done? They got nothing to tell you. They only there to fight the president. If you feel the president is not leading well, bring recommendations. Not one thing they ever recommended to her. The only can, hey, Madam President, the money collecting for the program, there will be no program. Then come and say, oh, Madam President, let's do it this way. Let's do it that way. Nothing. They didn't get any recommendation to give. They only there to scatter the Liberian people. So we are saying these guys are not credible to set up electoral committee for the upcoming elections that's supposed to be in March. John Wissel and his board members, they are not credible enough to appoint people to go run our elections. We want for the community members. The community members should appoint people. The community members should appoint neutral people, competent people who will run our elections in March. Because we want confusion. We want any problem. John Wissel and Mene, they're not neutral. We want them. We don't want them. We don't want them to set up election committee. When they set up the election commissioners, no. Because the election commissioner is supposed to work at the will and pleasure of the board during the time of election, because these are the only people that the election committee can make report to. So it is the case now that these guys are not neutral. They are not neutral, nothing. They don't even have respect. They don't have time for the Constitution. How will they spearhead our elections that are coming? Where will we be heading? We need an election with John Wissel and his guys. So the community should go to meeting and appoint and set up election board, neutral election board. They will be having their own chairman. They will work independently to run the elections in March. Or else, it will not be easy, because already we know John Wissel and Garden, they are against Cornelius David and Eric Kolubani. So why if the Congress they come out to run? Why if Cornelius come to run to contest? And Colin had already he had already declared his intention. Who knows? Maybe he will stand by his words to contest. Or Eric Colbert could come to contest. So we need neutrality here. We need fairness. So Cornelius being so critical, standing there for the Liberian people, this is something that John Wisa and his guys are against bitterly. They cannot be the one to settle election committee. The election commission to run the next election in March should be settled by the general community, not the board. This is what we are saying. So you take it, you work on it. And the stakeholders in the community, the error they will depend on. They too, they are not neutral. It's clear. Mr. Akito just proved that he's not neutral in the whole thing. The fact that he had to recall Cornelius and send it in a group chat, that alone tells us that the prof is not neutral. He's one-sided. He's one of the stakeholders here. That knee alone, that household knee, the toe. We all know about the toes. So that speaks volume. So we can say the elder. We are not leaving the elders behind, the stakeholder behind. Everybody, the youth, the elders, the whoever, everybody should go together and set up election commission to run the elections in March. This cannot be left with Honorable John Wisa, the board chairman, who has done nothing for the community. This cannot, the tax is too heavy for him and guys. We can't leave this tax with them and say, y'all go and set up election commission to run the election in March. No, that's not where we came from. Yeah. Hey, our only commissioner of Waterloo, Commissioner Deba. My man, you got to appear on the show. You speak to your people. Man, you be man. You got to speak to your people because you've been. I stand to be corrected on that. You are the first commissioner from the Liberian community to ever work here in the U.S. Human Rights Commissioner, Honorable Darlington Deba. So we will send you the link, Honorable. If you are free, you can join us to talk a little bit. We want to hear from you, Commissioner. We'll send you the link. Let's see that Deba NDE. Oh, Darlington. DAR. Darlington. I don't know. I'm not getting. Okay. I don't know. Okay. I think I'm here. Let me see if I can get him. All right. So as we're saying, guys, we want a Liberian community where everybody will have fair play. And the election are coming. Let me tell you, the people that are depending on. Yeah, my man, we want to hear from you. It's not about politics. Can you speak to you are commissioner, you big man in the community. So we are inviting you on a show, Mr. Deba. Let me tell you, the elections are coming, the March elections. The people are depending on, are counting on. If they don't contest in this election, I will contest for the presidency. I know I will not win. I know I will not win, but I will contest. I will set that record. I don't care. Because one of the grants I will not win, only will say they make it attend our party. He can't attend party. But this is a man who has vision for the community. I've always been there. I've been there in the vanguard, canvassing for the community. Yes. Honor, you gotta put your camera on. Your device is not connected yet. Maybe you gotta go off and come back. Yeah. So if if I can see competent people coming on board to contest, I will support them because I'm always there for the community. But if I don't see competent people, I either forget about the whole community thing or myself, I will put my hand on a contest and see. Why you got to say? I know you always say the man can attend party. Or the man, me, I get plenty family member here because they voting thing and you can do it on family business. But I will do it, I can do it on competent. Deconti is not my family member. I don't know her from anywhere, but she's a good leader. That's why I support her, I supported her, and I stay supporting her. So this election, the coming elections, you might see me to contest. Guys, I have the distinguished honor to welcome in studio. As I said, I have the distinguished honor to welcome in studio one of the emancipators of our community and our Liberia society as large, Honorable Eric Koluba. He will better talk about himself and make his point. Honorable Koluba, you are welcome in studio.
Thank you, my brother. I appreciate you for everything you do and standing up to speak to power. And I think this is where we always agree when it comes to speaking truth to power. I know, and I try to follow you and listen to everything you said, brother. You just on point, and it behooves my mind when I see people who sat and wasted all of their time, their energy, their resources, and craft a document. And then one individual stand up and say, "This document you have fought for over the time, over the months. It doesn't make no sense." That's what the brother is proving. And people see this issue, Lawrence, every time people think that it's personal. I got no personal issue with me. And I do not want to be secretary for this committee. I just want us to consistently respect the rules that we have. Richard leaving today, another position that I want. I don't have the ambition for vying for any position, but let us respect the rules. But Lawrence, look, it beat my imagination to see people who expect to stand up and say true today. I'm prepared to do that. And look, we got a long way to go with this conflict. Let me tell you the truth. Because we got a bull that got 4 years. And this bull has become a toothless bulldog. Meaning they get teeth in them more, but they can't play. This bull have fought the president consistently and they could not succeed. They went and shut down an account that they don't have control over. Today they ain't got time in the account to shut down. The president still running the show. According to them, they suspended the president, but they ran to several meetings that presidents were overseeing. A suspended president, but you sit in a meeting. That tells you the entire board lost focus. The entire board do not even know what their functions are. And because they don't understand their role and their responsibility, they are always overstepping a bound to do too much. Even today, if you were to have an election, which I know we may not have an election, for all indication, for all I see, we may not have an election.
What are you seeing that you say we may not have elections?
We have election in the kind of atmosphere. You just spoke here about a bull who's taking side and damaging the constitution. So what phase do they have to set a committee? And who is the committee going to be reporting to? How do you trust them?
Yeah, but before we go to that other side, other people are saying, "Hey guys, you guys are already won. Your lead this thing now. You don't go to court again. The Richard Bennington, you forget about it. You guys have already won this case. Some community members are appealing to you guys to waive this case now. What have you to say about it, Eric?
To be honest with you, we're not going to go back to court.
Okay.
The case has just exposed a lot of people and a lot of things. Let me be honest with you. It brought so many people today that were supposed to be calling stakeholders. They do not have that ability to become stakeholder anymore based on the identical case. So, to be honest with you, we will not go back to court. We allow the community to run the way they want to run. And they say, Richard, times one more over, let the leader, we will let him to do that. and let's see what will be the outcome tomorrow when somebody else is doing.
Yes, yes. Because just in recent time, we were discussing the issue with the appointment of community chair lady. They said the Constitution speaks against it. There's nowhere in the Constitution that talks about president appointing chair lady. And then also the appointment of Lami Nkrumah to be financial chairperson. They say it was a violation. That the Constitution says the financial secretary should chair the financial committee. So, and the president did not hesitate. She withdrew her appointment. But now that it's Richard Winning case, isn't that something in the Constitution? What's going on?
It's only because of hate, jealousy, and envy that people using their ego to damage the Constitution. Because some of the point people are making is Corina should not be the one to raise the issue. Wow. Eric should not be the one to raise the issue. I do not know who they want to raise the issue. So I'm still confused. I hope they could help or who the person can raise the issue for them to get it done. That is where we talk. It's all hate and envy. People are just hateful in this community, brother. Let me be honest with you. So because it is Lauren today, it should not be listened to.
Yeah. All because it's Lawrence.
Yeah. It is not about Lauren, it's about the law.
Yeah. Even if it is right, if it is right thing that Lawrence is saying, it should not be about it should not be.
Yeah, it should not be him because it is him or it's wrong. What he say, it doesn't make sense.
Okay, so let's come to the credibility of the board now. As I was saying, the Constitution clearly states that the board should be the one to appoint electoral commissioners. And those commissioners will work at the will and pleasure of the board. Because when anything happens, the chairperson for that commissioner, for those commissioners, who will be the election commissioner chair, should work in line with the board. The board chair should report to them. Anything happen, any discrepancy, they should make report to them. So, what have you to say? Can we really trust John Wissel and his guys with this coming elections, with the level of partiality they have started presenting?
How do you trust people who does not have the ability to stand up for the truth? How do you trust them?
That's the point now. So some people are saying the appointment of the election commissioners should be done by the community, the general community, instead of John Wissel and this guy. In fact, one of the board members is not in the community. Yes.
Not just one of the board members. This is where I keep that consistently says that the current board chairman is the worst thing that ever happened to the community. The worst thing that happened to the community is John Wissel to become board chairman. Look, as a state, even the current financial secretary general for this community doesn't live here.
Yeah, he's not. Nothing you can hear from the board. The board should be the lawmakers.
Because all the people are their friends, so they will not come out in a bold manner to speak out the truth.
Just in recent time, when you guys were going to court, you saw Hillary dressing, coming, taking picture with John Wissel. I don't know what was his message to Hillary. This is general secretary who's supposed to be working for the organization. I mean, the board, I don't know whether they got eyes, but I don't know whether they can see. I don't know.
My brother, they don't have the people don't know their function. That's just the problem, brother. Because if a board chairman can suspend president, then 2 weeks later, the president say, I have a meeting, you sit down in a meeting, and you on your channel, you speak in the meeting. That alone just got me sick. And just want to say now, these guys don't know what they're doing.
You see, I was so surprised. I was so surprised when I saw the guys going to court without finding a way for mitigation. Because
how would they mitigate when the guys don't have leadership ability?
Yeah, because Eric, there's no argument they have. Your complaint against the guy is, my people, you have the Constitution here. The Constitution says none of the executive members should succeed themselves more than twice. Richard Gbini worked as financial secretary with Marco G in Marco G government. Richard Gbini then contested and worked as financial secretary with Cornelius David in Cornelius government. Now his term two have all ended. His terms have ended. So the Constitution says he cannot contest for that same position again, except he contest either for general secretary or for president or for different things. But that particular financial secretary position, the Constitution says no, he can't go there more than 2 times. It's clear, you get it ready, you carry it. Like the judge going look at. Then what really those guys went to go for? They went there need to take picture or what? To show up?
You know, my brother. I mean, it's just a sad time for our community, to be honest. It's just a sad moment. Like you said, I was really wondering what was going to be the guy's defense.
Yeah.
What the argument was going to be putting up. So, because imagine, you know what the guys then send as document to the court when after the lawsuit was done, they send in proposed financial policy. What I want to get to do with the case to carry.
Financial secretary.
Proposed financial document. I want you forward that to the court. What I want to get to do with the conversation we're having about your illegal state.
Okay, let me take this comment quickly. Mohammed, you are honestly welcome to come in studio if you want to come to make your point. Let me just quickly leave you, man, because I'm kind of busy with something. I just wanted to come. I'll be able to contribute to the show. Yeah, so thank you for the time, brother. I appreciate that you standing out to speak the truth. Now, many of our Liberian, people in this community waiting to do that. People we consider stakeholders. Everybody are just behaving like powers, But thanks for everything you do, brother. Thank you. So we are standing by. We are standing back to appoint the election commissioners because the guys we depending on are not credible enough to appoint election commissioners. So that's what we are discussing here. You can make your point. You can come in studio if you like. Mohammed, I'm sending you the link. If you like, you can come in studio. You are welcome. You've been in this studio, so you are not a stranger here. Let's see, that's Mohammed M.O. Okay, Mohammed, I already sent you the link. So he say a symmetrical political struggle in our law community will ever end if we can't change the community constitution. The law constitution has been compromised by both the board members and the executive branch of law. This is no win game. The next potential leaders who say since Mr. X compromised the constitution and he pardoned, I will do the same. I agree with you, Mohammed. But who's supposed to speak on the amendment or the changing of this constitution? That the board. These are some of the promises Mr. John Wissel run campaign on. These are some of the things he told the Liberian people. He said, when you vote for me, when I win, that whole constitution will change it. But from the time John Wissel told, nothing. So the same constitution that when you go to some area is ambiguous. I seen constitution there. So what we got to do now? We can dissolve the whole board. We amend the constitution. Because what are they doing? Can we still get them that credit for them to appoint election commission? Then it will be different in March. That's why I'm talking soon. That's why we're talking soon. So John Wissel and the other board members, they are not credible. They know their function. They know anything they do over there. The board members thing. Because when last some of them I will speak something that actually good for the community. What time have they spoken? John Wissel, we got Gifford Smith, we got Elijah Koto, we got uh, uh, Ase Phillips, and then we got the only lady called Gloria Vocal Mova. What are they doing? Nothing. So they are not credible. We don't want confusion. We don't want problem in our elections. So we cannot depend on them for them to say they are setting up election commissioners to run the election. We don't want to go into chaotic situation. No, that not every time we'll be going to court. Because when we be doing this, so the white people they mark, they'll just come out one day, they say, okay, we'll ban the whole organization. Same whole day, yo, among you. The first one case that went to court, a own record, a own talker. People know about it. Then another case can go there. We don't want problem. So John, we said then they are not credible enough to run this community. They are not credible to run a community election. So that the community go together and appoint independent election committee that will run these elections correctly. If not, we can still be there with our ever potent president, Honorable Mohammed Dawon.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Mr. Yenny.
We will stop here and give you the time. You introduce yourself shortly and dive into the point. I know you know what we are discussing, what we're talking about.
Yeah, I was very fortunate actually. I was busy with something and I just opened my Facebook. I noticed that you were talking about something very important, so I decided to come in. For those who are watching, I am Mohammed Dawan, and I am one of the children of the Liberian in Waterloo. Probably someone who is trying to improve betterness as every other person is doing with the support
So,
advices from our
Mohammed,
leaders.
one second, Mohammed, 1 second.
Yeah.
I just want to
Yep.
inform everybody that I already sent the link in the group chat. So anybody want to come to make their contribution, you are welcome. I already sent the link to the group chat. Mohammed, your kind of your internet is kind of shaking a little bit. Go ahead now. Go ahead.
Yeah, I expect that. So, like I was saying, I am Mohammed, one of the sons of the people of Waterloo in the United States. And I have decided to join the political system in our community, not to try to manipulate anyone, but to try to make things better. And I think with the advice and help from the community members, things will work out.
So, Mohammed, you are one of those that had the interest. You wanted to contest for the vice presidential position, but it ended on a selection level,
I
and then
contest that.
and you
Yeah.
accepted. So, over the past time, what have you to say about the community? What have been some of your observations, and what have you to say? Let's hear you.
Well, after I was wrongly manipulated during the vice president selection. Let me not say election. Uh, I decided to observe our community. I decided to look deeply into who was behind that and why they did it. But that should be something we should talk about right now because I have greater plans. So, but what I noticed is our community used to be good before, right? It used to be a very amazing united environment wherein people used to help one another and people were well informed and they were always making amazing decisions. But then till they started involving certain category of individuals who are not even trying to put the interest of the community to their hearts. And the other day, I sent a voice message in our group chat, and I know whenever I send a voice message, most people will be like, "I mean, he's just saying nonsense. It doesn't even make sense." But this particular community, and I'll always say this, even if I run for next position and they do the same thing they did before by making sure I lost it, that's fine. But there will be no peace. There will be no unity till that particular constitution changes. Because why? The constitution has been compromised by the board, the constitution has been compromised by the executive and some of the community members as well. And everyone knows that. If you are a Liberian in Waterloo who stays here, even if you don't go for meeting every day, just sit and watch them, and maybe to be in a group chat, the community group chat, you notice that the possibility of us changing is very, very narrow. And it's not even possible until that particular constitution is changed. And you ask a question about who should do that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't trust the board anymore because the
Right.
board, the board themselves, they have proven that they don't have the ability to carry on any constitutional amendment. They've already said that.
So who do you think
Because
can change this constitution?
well,
Before?
there'll have to be a newly established governing system. That's the only solution. The board is not qualified to do that because they blatantly said that in one of the meetings. They say, in
Mm,
fact, there is a problem, there is a political struggle the Liberian community in Waterloo was experiencing, right? And
mm.
they did not have the skills to solve that problem. So if the board can fail to solve that problem, who else do we expect to do that? If the board can fail to address the problem of the community, instead they took it to the Iowa State, or let's say the Court of Waterloo, to solve a particular problem like that. Why should we trust them to solve the problem of the community? So they're not qualified anymore. They're not qualified.
Okay. Okay. So, Mohammed, the community is expected to go to election comes March. Are you getting me? The
Yep.
your network is kind of tripling. You wanna yeah. I hope you are getting me, Mohammed. The community is the
Yes, I
community.
am. I am.
Okay. The community is going to elections comes March 2027. And the constitution says that the board should be the one to appoint electoral commissioners, including
Okay.
chairperson. And looking at things now, the board has proven 100% biases
Yeah.
in the affairs in running the community's affairs, biases and incompetencies
Oh, yeah.
in running the affairs of the community. So what do you think? What's the way forward? Do you think the board can be the same people? And if the community can get any chance, will they be able to appoint neutral people to run this election without any kind of problem?
Well, right now, what I think the problem will still not be solved. There is a possibility they will proceed with the election. I know they will do that. And but this particular power struggle will not end. One,
Mm.
because they're the only branch right now we trust so much with the Constitution. And we don't have any other alternative. Even if we do, majority of the citizens of the Liberian community, they are like, we don't want to get ourselves into it. We just want to leave it like that. Whether it works or it fails, we don't care. So they'll do that. They'll probably come up with some committees and just make sure the election goes well. But eventually, we will still go back to that same political struggles, and it will keep going and over again. It's not
But
going to
then
change.
some community members are saying that the community should have a general meeting where they will appoint competent people to run their elections, competent and neutral people to run their elections. Because the board, when you appoint election commission, when the board is given the chance to do that, the commissioner should work at the will and pleasure of the board. But then, the board not neutral. And 100% the board against Cornelius. Cornelius Deve is one of the political figures in the community who might contest, or he might even support somebody to contest. You see, so what happens if the community goes together, the community members go together and appoint election commission or commissioners Because when a board does it, it might be a problem. What have you to say about it? Let's hear you before we get to the honorable Raja.
Well, if the community comes together and decide to appoint the election commission, I think that would be the best decision because I believe that our community, let's put aside the executive members and the board members, right? Let's not
Mm,
even count it in this. I think we're more competent and we have the political skills to make our own decisions better than they do, because there is not a single time we the community members came together and say, "Hey, this is the problem. We can't solve it." But they did that. The executive did that. The board members did that. So if we all can come together, and this is a very critical issue, right? For
mm.
all of us to sit down and say, we're all making this decision is somehow complicated because the community, for most people know, even I, and maybe you also know as well, we are divided somehow. We're divided. We prefer the majority instead of the reality. So this is one of our problems. So it's going to be very complicated.
Okay. Thank you so much, Mohammed. So we've been joined by one of our stakeholders in the community, one of the brilliant leaders. I can call him the wisdom commander, the man who speaks with wisdom. You know, the brother and myself might have gone and lock up head with one another once upon a time in the past.
Yeah.
But you know, for me, when somebody and myself on struggle, I can be telling you. There are something the moment I grab it, I say no, they men and buy me. I will follow them in. That's why you see today, Eric Kolba is my brother. And today, Amos Raja is my brother. So we were getting the podium. He will better introduce himself and get to the point. Thank you so much, Honorable.
Yeah, thank you very much, Mr. Yeni, and thank you to my brother Mohammed. Mohammed is one of the young guys in our community that I've started to admire a lot. I've said it behind, even though I may not say in front of him, but I've said it behind him many times.
Oh, they
Because
may
why?
divided. I'm not cutting you off, please. They may divided water in the community. In came out. My man, you stay all over.
No, the man said anybody want it can, wait for it. So yeah, Mohammed is one
Yeah.
of the young guys that I
Before I
really
make up my
admire in
mind
the
to
community.
call the man, and he said water was finished. I said, oh,
But then you are late. You are
yeah.
late. What
Go
happened
ahead,
to
go
you?
ahead.
Right.
Yeah, so that's it. Anyway, I'm Amos Gosen Raja, the former Secretary General and now or Secretary General for one of our auxiliary organization in the community,
Yeah,
United Bridge. Yeah, I serve as Secretary General for United Bridge right now.
that's
But
good.
yes, so and I'm a stakeholder in this community right now.
Yeah.
But seeing people addressing me like I saw one of my brother, our Secretary General, when yesterday at the funeral service, when we came outside, the Secretary General made me to understand I'm not important as a stakeholder in this community.
Who is that Secretary General you referring to? You talking about?
The current Secretary General,
He's in the
Mr.
community.
Hillary,
Hillary here.
Hillary is here.
But
Hillary came for the funeral yesterday.
he's not working.
Even
He's not working for the Liberian
no, no, the man is working according to the man. He behind the scene working as Secretary General.
people.
Yeah, I can see him.
The man is behind the scene working as Secretary General. So Lauren, there's a
Yeah.
planned meeting that I've been in this community for like a month now,
Mm.
and today was the meeting, and I got to know yesterday from the Secretary General that it were special people that were invited at that meeting.
Wow.
They said it's an immediate meeting, or let's say, or meeting of resolution,
A
or let's say,
mediation meeting.
reconciliation, or
Mm.
meeting of reconciliation
Between who then? Or among who then?
between I think the leadership, then the board and the former leadership, like the Mr. Kuruba, and I don't know, I think the reconcile the community. But they said they invited special people, the special stakeholder and the former, I think accelerate group leaders. But I've been part of accelerate group in this community, one of the bigger accelerator group, and I was not even in the know because my leader, we had a lot of series of leadership meeting, and my leader did not mention any. So I told you, I don't think my leader is in the, my leaders is in the know. My president is in the know because he said he invited the president. My president having to be Eric Koluba. Say he invited Mr. Koluba, and I said I don't think my president is in the know. Because if my president is in the know, then I'll serve him as Secretary General. My office should be the one to pronounce every information of our organization into our group chat, into the organization group chat. And I'm not informed. I'm not in the know of that meeting. I'm not in the know of that letter that was sent to the president, and you telling me my president in the know. He say, oh, he tried to prove something to show that he's working. He's still working as secretary.
And more to that, you are a stakeholder in this community.
I told him, I said, I'm a stakeholder. And you said stakeholder meeting. And I'm not invited.
Yeah.
And then brother made me to understand that.
General.
And then brother made me to understand that there were special stakeholders that they were invited.
Oh.
But you know what happened today?
How far did this meeting go?
I don't even know. It was shocking to me today by 4 o'clock for this brother to call me and tell me, say, oh, Amos Raja, can you come for the meeting?
Look at that. When he
after inform his friends and colleagues and other community members, look, the brother talked to me in front of people like I've never even participated in anything in this community.
But why do you think he has to do that? Why?
But then he coming out to call me today to tell me, look, I think your president did not receive the information from me. So can you come and represent? So I asked him, represent what? I'm coming to the meeting as what? Because so you told me that it was special stakeholder that were invited.
Amos, you were incumbent for this guy, before he took over. From the time he took over, is he really working in line with you? Sometimes, can you see him consulting you on some issues, or he just talk that kind of way to you?
Mr. Yene, I would say this for free, right? This brother making, I don't know whether anytime the brother see me from the level of work that I did for the community, and he coming on board, and he have not gone even half of the work that I did. I think when they guys see me, they'll panic. So for that reason, the brother think when he consult me or when he come to me for consulting, he will be looking like, he doesn't know the job. Okay. And I try to put him on track.
But Amos.
So you know what the brother started doing?
No.
The brother will go. He will see me and say, "Oh, brother, what's up?" And then come in my DM and insult me.
Oh my God!
So I decided to block the brother. Instead of me, I Amos Raja, knowing myself, a responsible guy like me, or intelligent man like me, to be having or argument with my friend, man, insulting each other in DM, I don't see it necessary. So I decided to block the brother. But yesterday, people with our own program are saying that, reconcile on when it comes on ballet, on something like a ballet stuff when people go for burial thing, you can use that particular situation to reconcile some stuff.
Yeah.
So the brother, in front all the stakeholders, Mr. Jake Johnson, and all the people, the professor, all the people right there, the brother try to apologize and beg that I should please unblacking. He went on his knee to talk to me. I should please unblack it.
Have you done it?
Yeah, I did that because brother, you should know me, man. I don't have people. Look, I think they had a guy. I got so many things on my mind to do for people.
That's one thing. That's one thing I like for you.
To do for people.
You guys are too
here. Holding somebody I had.
Yeah, okay. That's that I know of you. I got respect for you on that. Yeah. And I got respect for this guy.
Because you are always in my DM to insult. Yeah, I don't want to go back and forth with him with that.
This guy.
But then when he said it, yeah, go ahead.
This guy or Saint Anna Say and I man say we make confusion one time in a creature. So I saw him in Walmart. I wanted to pass. Well, yeah, he called me. He said, "Is that Yene going?" I got motivated. I said, "Okay, no problem. He's from God." So no, I got respect for you guys on that. For you,
Yes.
you and myself, we made argument, but you saw me straight. You recognize me.
That's who I am. That's who I am. I don't want people in my heart.
Amos, this thing that Hillary doing, is it that he got a fear that maybe you will contest against him to win it, to get a position from him? Do you think he's not worrying about that?
Seriously, you're worrying about that because the brother met me.
Well, do you have the intention of contesting for this position?
Oh no! For now, I relinquish my let's say my desire of contesting for any leadership, not just for secretary, but for any leadership in the community for now.
Wow.
Because I feel so disappointed when I saw this whole election.
Is it because
No, not because I lost the election. It's because when I saw people putting hatred in front of interest, people putting their feet in front of community
maybe comes March, maybe come this time around, there will be no hatred. Why can't you go there and contest again to win this again?
No.
Are you a fan of Hillary?
No, Brian, let me be friend with you, right? When I came in the community, nobody invited me to the community meetings. Or brother Michelle Lawrence, at the time he was serving as the chaplain. When he told me the Ghana Liberian Association, I said, where? He said, oh, I came April 18. The Sunday to that particular 18, the Sunday to that particular 18, because I landed here on the Monday. The Sunday, I went for the Liberian meeting. When I went to the meeting, nobody recognized me. Nobody even saw me like a strange person among us. But then in that meeting, when they came to AOB, I got out to speak. And I raised my hand and I introduced myself in that meeting. And I asked the people, what is the criteria of being a member? They said, oh, you got to be a due pay member. How much is the due? Right there, that same day, the former Secretary General can attest to that, Mr. Clarence Smith.
Yeah.
You can attest to that. But in our meeting, I paid my due that day.
Love for your
declared my membership.
Love for your people. Okay, so
I'm not getting you. I don't know what. Okay, they got dropped.
Yeah.
They got
Are you getting me?
Yeah.
Are you hearing me?
Yeah, I'm not getting you. I think I need to go come back.
Go and come back. Okay. So guys, that's Amos Raja there. He will come back. We are on this community discussion here, the Waterloo community, the Liberian community in Waterloo and Cedar Falls. Amos got to come by. Yes, Mohammed. Okay, so Mohammed, do you have the intention of contesting again this March? Where do you stand?
Well,
people.
Yeah, you're not the only person who is asking this question. I've been asked by many people, and as I told them when I was doing my campaign back then, that I'm not gonna sit back. I don't care how many times they cheat. I don't care how many times they try to manipulate me. I will still keep going. So I'm not gonna sit back. I'll keep contexting till I see that we have something better.
So
I've always been wanting. Yeah. Sorry.
Which position are you contesting for in March?
Okay, so yeah, I still have not. I don't want to speak about this yet for now because it's something sensitive, and I think I will make that decision. I'm actually anticipating two positions first, but I'm not gonna try to get into both, right? Because it's not possible. But I'm hoping to take one of them, and probably of the two will be the same vice president position that I tried before. So, but I still have not decided about that yet. I'm still waiting for time to come.
So if you will be contesting for the vice presidency, then who do you support to go for the presidency?
Well, the presidency position, what I think will be better, or who I think would be the best option at this point, will be so far Cornelius.
So you
And we
might
all know we
you stand for
yeah,
Cornelius. You might contest. If Cornelius can carry you as vice senator Barrow, you will agree to contest with him, right?
Cornelius is the best option at this point.
Okay, thank you. We'll come back to you. Let's get back to Amos. So, Amos.
Yes, sir.
What have you to say about this whole bull thing? The bull. Other guys are saying the bull is not credible enough to spearhead these coming elections. They are biased. They should not be the one to appoint election commissioners. The community can convey a general meeting and appoint competent people, independent people. Let's hear you, Amos. You are one of the stakeholders within this community. Let's hear you.
Yes, Brother Lawrence,
Yes.
and Brother Mohammed. Let me be friend with you guys. This current election, the chaos that came in the community were caused by the board appointing election commissions.
But they will tell you that it was not this particular board. It was
but we discussing board appointing election commissions.
Okay.
When I can remember when we had this resolution
Oh wow. Amos will come back, guys.
Yeah, his internet connection keeps tripping.
He having some problems with the internet.
Okay.
Amos is back.
No, not the internet. Yeah, the call was coming for me.
Oh.
So yeah, so I can remember when we went for that meeting. I was serving in that meeting as the acting president. Because the president at the time, he was not here, he was in Liberia. And I raised a concern that, and I had evidence, I had record to prove to that concern. That look, the man who was serving on the board committee at the board, the election commission, as the commissioner, the head of the commissioners, Mr. Subahe Koli. Subahe Koli have gone on the Facebook page and posted that until he leave the community or he no longer in the community before Cornelius can win any election in the community as president. And Mr. Lami, who was the advisor, Lami Kroma, who was the advisor for the election commission board, the election commissioner team. Mr. Lami Kroma and Colino David as the president at the time, they had little quarrel when it comes to their family matter.
Okay.
Yes.
So you did not speak out. You did not speak out.
We speak all this thing. We said it.
Oh wow.
But the board chairman at the time, Mr. Patrick Tokpa has said, look, that's my decision. I appoint these people. The executive had no power to argue with me as to who to appoint. Because the people knew that, look, sending guys against the current president, when we make them commissioners, we can use them to manipulate the elections, and we know that thing will work out. So, though, that idea of board appointing election commissions, I think I'm against that. That's not a good idea at all. The community need to come up to look. The Constitution talks something about resolution.
Yeah.
If there's a clause in the Constitution, or there's a quarrel or any argument that come out in election, and then the election let's say the Constitution or the executive cannot solve that, the community can come out and set up a committee.
So there should be resolution passed for it.
There should be a resolution passed that the community,
independent committee set up by the community to run the coming elections in March.
Yes.
But it should not be this thing.
Instead of the board.
Yeah. Because
And let me tell you something right now.
yeah, go
If
ahead.
you look at the situation in the community now, the
Mm,
current bull
mm,
and Mr. David, who is waiting and wanting to come back to
mm.
contest, they are
Yes,
not in good terms.
they are not in good terms.
So they're going to set up a committee or election or commissioner committee
They're
that
supposed
will
to work.
that they will
They're supposed to
eh,
work at their will and pleasure.
at their will and pleasure,
Mm.
and they're going to influence that, and they're going to use that to manipulate election that Mr. Colina David will never win again. I'm telling you something serious. So we
Wow.
need a resolution to be passed. The
Mm,
community themselves, we got errors. We got stakeholders. We got
mm.
senior errors in the community, senior citizens of the Liberia community. These people can come together and set up independent body.
Because Amos, what you are saying actually it's shocking to everybody. You guys spoke of this, but then honorable
We
Patrick
sell it back to back. And you know what the people said? The
no.
honorable at the time, he
Mhm.
said that look, in fact, when the men said this, see, they were not election commissions. Now they are election commission, they will not do what they said.
Oh wow. And that cannot even happen in this United States
And
we live in.
today, I hold it against lot of them. And when I was seeing brother Mr. Kruma, anywhere he sees me, he always say, oh, and that they may say I cheated for the people that the people win.
So
And that's
that
the
means
reality.
that simply means that they know about Richard Guinea violation to the
They,
constitution.
Mr.
Yeah.
Kroma attested to that. Mr. Kroma, he called one of our brother
Mm,
in the community, and he
mm,
attested to that. He told the brother, he said, look, let me
mhm.
tell you,
Yeah.
because Mr. Kroma being one of those men that were on that committee that
Mr. Lami
revised the
Kroman,
constitution.
Mr. Lami Kroman.
Mr. Lami Kroma,
Uh-huh.
he was part of that committee or the constitution,
Mm.
yeah, that constitution committee.
Yeah, the drafting of the constitution,
The
he's one of
drafting of
those
the
that drafted the
constitution, yeah,
constitution.
you were part of the committee.
So
He
he
knows
knew
about
about it
it.
very
He
well.
knows about it that look, this man shouldn't have gone 13. But you know what they said?
No.
They said they
Mm,
accepted the guy because
mm,
they knew that if the guy was not going to contest, the
mm.
man might have hold on to the community money that he had. You were not going to present it to the community. Are you
Wow.
serious?
Wow. Somebody,
Last people, some money people saying nothing and taking it to be an excuse of accepting somebody going for the third term,
which is a violation to the constitution.
of violation to the constitution that govern the community. You knew it and you accepted it, brother. But you know what? You know what I
Mm.
told one of them? I said the reason you accepted it, brother, is because that your fear that they may coming from Colina camp, and you're already had a hate for Colinas. Your fear they may coming from Colinas camp, and anything you speak of Colinas, people will believe it in the community, and they will say that true.
So
And they may
they simply
serve,
mean, yeah, go ahead.
they may serve on Colina as financial secretary, and he refused to give financial report. He hold on to every financial report.
Even with Michael G, I cannot remember. I
Thank
cannot
you.
remember Richard Benin giving a financial report on a
But
Michael G.
no, the funny thing
That
about
was
it,
his government. Mm,
the man president who is today the president, on a
mm,
Michael G, she was the vice president. I
yeah,
can remember one of these days because we and Rachel were on a team.
yeah.
That lady came in our camp and said, look, under no condition she can accept Rachel Willie to run as secretary, financial secretary until he gave financial report under the government.
Mm,
Then come around, except in the same man that you said, that man, he said, when I damage your leadership, the Makati leadership, this man was the cause that Makati leadership
Michael G.
failed to get report,
I
financial
will
report.
even say, I will say Michael G. Cry, Colonial
Yeah,
cry.
of course. Of course, these people
Oh,
cry on the brother. Then the same madam brother got close to her that said, look, I will take you, you will be the best financial secretary for the community.
hey, Richard Benin.
But you know what? You know what?
No,
I called
no.
a brother one time, one of the brother that he's my bastard brother.
Yeah,
Yeah, we part of the Pastor Association stuff and Sunday. And I called the
yeah.
brother one time. I said, brother, you know
Mm,
what? The stuff you are carrying on in the community. You can even be president for the community and you win. You can come
wow,
there and fight president and win.
wow, wow.
Why will you stick to the one positions? The one position that you say, look, I can never relinquish or financial
You know,
secretary position.
If
I
they
will
call
be
me,
there.
I mean, if
They
they
call
call
me
me
to
to
yeah,
scatter the
I
community,
will do it.
right.
I will do it, but I will
Okay,
So
never.
let's hear from Mohammed. Mohammed,
you know
come,
what? You
come.
know how my uncle is being used right now, Mister Bini. He's
Mhm.
like former President George Weah, right? They were trying to push him ahead. He know what he's doing is actually totally unfair. But
Mm.
then they keep using as the like when using a switch to beat a little child. That's what they're doing right now. They keep
Yeah.
pushing forward to see how best they
Yeah,
can manipulate other people.
yeah,
Because initially, when you look at the beginning of this entire political struggle about the money issue and the budget of the community,
Mm.
Mr. Bini, we also for him particularly, I sense that he knew like what he was doing wasn't okay. But then after sometimes he decided to re-energize himself. And that was when the spike came, and I actually noticed that he was being supported by other people as well. Because look at Mr. Krumah, right?
Mm.
When I contested, Mr. Krumah said I wasn't. He tried to like silence me a little bit that I shouldn't run for election and things like
Why?
that.
Why?
I'm
Why you
still
wanted
young.
to do so? Why?
Well, I don't want to pinpoint. He actually called my dad. He called my father and had a conversation with him. He also personally tried calling me, but I don't believe in things like that anyway, because you don't even know me from anywhere. And then just because now you see I trying to contest for a certain position and you try to call and tell me things, I never accepted that. But he called my dad, he had a conversation. My father also talked to me a little bit about it, which I can say right now. But when he the entire problem when I lost that particular election stems from Mr. Kuruma, because he came on and said, "Oh, if I when it comes to elections like that, it shouldn't
Mm.
go to community. It should go to the executive and board members. They should make the decision." And imagine
Well,
election like that. No.
you will say that. You will say that you were quoting from the Constitution. He might say that.
Yeah, but it was like that when he tried quoting that particular page of the Constitution, we all know it was somehow complicated, and people believe him actually because they were part of it. But if someone who is well, even someone who completed or like let's say grade 5, if they sit down and read that particular page where he was stressing on and say this is what we should apply, we should follow the Constitution, and then now we look at Mr. Benny's situation here, which is very clear and manifest. In fact, he's not
Clearly,
even
no
sustainable.
yeah.
discrepancy.
He's not
No
even showing
share.
up nowhere. So that's a little indicates that he was totally biased, and not only him, but all of them. They are all the
All of
same.
them,
They are just
all
trying
of
to
them, they are biased. All of them.
they are trying
Wow.
to keep pushing this fossilized ideology, which has to do with let's just keep thinking like the back days. That's exactly what they keep doing. So it's somehow complicated actually for us. The only way we will make changes is by making sure the community comes together and take over their governing system. That's the only solution.
So let's get something before Mr. Krumah could raise that concern that time about the Constitution, which of course we all spoke against it because at the time, even the very executive, the particular executive you were talking about to conduct the election, the executive said no. We gave
Yeah.
the election to the community. That the community come, let the community members themselves come and elect. The executive said it, but Mr. Krumah
Right.
insisted that it should happen. So let's hear you. Was it before he could engage you, or it was after he engaged you now that he followed it to make sure that you lost this position? By that means,
Well, you know, when a person is guilty of something, they don't have to
Mm.
be you don't have to pinpoint them always, because they will always have that expression on them. Like let's say body language can tell. So he noticed that what he did wasn't okay. So now he tried to find a means of trying to silence me somehow, not even think about it. So that was the lead. But before
because
then, he and I had never had any conversation. He and I used to meet. I think about 2 times he and I met. It was only head to head, nothing,
because
nothing
he knew that
special.
when it goes that way, Muhammad will lose.
Yep,
Okay.
Yeah,
yep. They
yes.
knew
That's
that.
why he did it.
They
No,
knew
that
that.
why that why they did it.
But if it
Because I
was,
And
if
don't
it
then
think
was really,
and,
if it was
and
really
then
legitimate, if it was
and
really
then this
legitimate,
one that is clear about the Constitution that he has not spoken anything.
nothing,
So it
nothing.
means
So
that
that
yeah.
tells
it,
something is wrong somewhere.
it means that they actually stand by written. probably they never appear in court, but maybe they have set up phone call with the judge to defend Richard. Maybe.
Yep.
Wow.
And one thing we need to know is this, right?
Mhm.
The Blackhawk County Court can't do anything about it. They can only say so, right? Because one, our political struggle is not causing any threat to the local communities. So they don't
Yeah.
care about that. They're only coming, but they expect us to be more competent and more skillful to be able to solve our problems.
But
Yeah.
guys, let me understand from you guys. You know, they Uncle Shane, they white people, their own thing, it looks different. We continue going to court. You think one day said they can't come out and say they people they get you too much, they close down the whole Liberian association. You think it can't happen
Exactly.
one day?
Yeah, it's possible.
Because right now we are standing and saying that the board we are standing that the board be denied from appointment of election commissioners, and which of course we are clear on it. It's
And
clear.
we gotta push it. We gotta push that
Yeah.
particular stuff. We
The
gotta
board
push it
is
and make sure.
bio. The board is bio clearly. Yes, son. Mr. Raja just said where they went to the board chairman, Honorable Patrick Toba at the time, and said they clearly they chairperson
And they proof.
they provided
Written proof.
that Zubaye Koli had made a statement clearly that so long he continued to live in this community, they need Cornelius David
will never accept to no presidential position.
no presidency. Zubaye Koli had made a pronouncement. And looking at things again, the advisor, Honorable Lamin Kromatu, and Cornelius are not friendly. The guys have raised this concern and say, oh, Mr. Chairman, so you can see there are so many competent Liberians here, but they refuse. And then the issue with Richard Gbini, they saw, wow.
And they are attested to that. They are aware that Richard shouldn't have gone for threatening. That's the main thing. And then the current board chair. You know, let me tell you something, right?
Yeah.
One thing I told one of the board members, when the current board chair was not in the country when he went Africa, the guy who they call Smith, Gabriel Smith. When Gabriel Smith was in the position as acting board chair, Gabriel Smith did something, and I told him, I said, look, I call him personally. You know, one thing I always used to do for that brother, each time that brother made a mistake in the group chat, I won't go in the group chat to comment. I will call him personally and say, brother, you know what you just said in that group chat as the acting board chair? You should be the last to speak of that. And I told him, I said, look, if Mr. Wisse were here in this country, you will not even accept what you just posted in that group chat. But then the board chair, when he came back in this country, when I met him to our working place, I said, Honorable, welcome back. Because you are not here, something happened behind you. He said, my man, I heard all of that. I here to settle everything. I settled the brother went in the group chat and say, everything that the acting board chair did, I was in the know.
Wow.
I confirm it.
To your surprise.
And he being a person, he being one of the name on that particular constitutional resolution revised stuff.
Yeah.
He was part of that particular committee.
The drafting of the Constitution.
The drafting of that constitution stuff. He was part of it.
Maybe they just wrote it and they don't read it. They don't look at it.
No, but I said it one time. I said the people when they were writing the Constitution, the interpretation part of it, they left it in their heart. But then they just wrote, yeah, serious. The judge tell you say John is going to school. But then that little child don't know why they call John is going to school, and then I tell you say the meaning of it, I got it in my heart. But then you forgetting to know that the next men are coming after you will still want to know what it mean by that. But
okay,
who wrote the Constitution, the interpretation part of that Constitution, they left it in their heart.
So, guys, let's hear you guys. What's the way forward now in this whole thing? We just talked with Eric Koluba. They have agreed to waive their case because they already won. As far as we are concerned, they won the case. But they have agreed that they will not go to court again about this whole thing. At least the community is now aware. They raised the concern. So, but looking at things, things still up and down and things, people doing their own thing, and Hillary going around telling people we got I don't know, reconciliation meeting. I don't know whether you guys know
special stakeholder
special
along,
stakeholder.
along with the executive and the
I
board.
don't know whether the
But
president. I don't know
special
whether the
stakeholder.
president knew. I don't know whether the president knew about this because I
It was
haven't
never
seen.
posted in the group chat.
Yeah, I haven't seen it in the group chat.
It was
And
never posted there.
I'm not seeing him and the president working together for the time for a long time now. So I don't know. So guys, that year from you guys, what's the way forward now before March? Because comes March, the community should be heading to the ballot box for new corps of officers within the executive setting of the community. Let's hear you guys. Starting with Mohammed before we come to Amos.
So when it comes to the next election, I think this is going to be the point where we will have to make the decision, right? Else, if we make the right decisions, because we've been let me just say for the past 2 years now, I've been here for like 3 years now, right? For the past 2 years, the decision we've made about our leadership has almost all been wrong. So if the community can come back together and decide, okay, our Liberian we used to once have in Waterloo, we want to retain them, we want to get them back. The best way is to form a committee, since the board has proven out to be qualified to do what we expect them to do. Since the executive committee thinks fighting each another is the best solution or is the best possible way to ruling us, I think it's just better for the community to decide for themselves who should lead the election. That's one. And let's just say whatever leadership we're talking about right now or we're expecting in the future should be determined and should be decided by the community. We should all sit down, form a committee that will be able to form the election, that will be able to lead the election properly, that there will be no, even if there is cheating, because it's always part of it, right? We can't escape that. But it should be in the way that we can easily be able to pinpoint the main problems and we can easily solve them. But if we give it back to the board, I would say this in colloquial, if we give it back to the board, the problem will keep escalating over and over again, and there will be no solution for it. Because 80% of us wouldn't even respect the board anymore because they said they don't qualify. I mean, they themselves said that. We didn't just say it. They themselves portrayed that. They themselves said that. They're not qualified. Mr. Smith, who was part of the board, he clearly stated that. He said he measured, they would scatter the community and then go. He said that.
Yes, he said it. He said
Imagine
yes.
board members saying that kind of thing. Would it scatter the community and then go?
Where did he say that?
It was in a community group chat. He said that not one
Yeah.
time, multiple times in his voice messages. We scatter things and go. He said that. So we can trust him.
Especially when they were doing the Christmas.
But this statement warrant impeachment. I don't know why you don't raise concern about this.
Well, it's possible, but that's the same thing. The same bias you were talking about. That's it.
But Mr. Lawrence,
let's hear you, Amos.
Yeah. So before I go to the way forward, let me say something, right? The Constitution also mentioned that if you are in a leadership and you're having to move from the community, the executive or the board need to announce to the community that there's a space open or vacancy.
Yeah.
And these people are left. I think the treasurer, she's no longer in the community. The secretary general is 1 hour for the summer meeting away from the community.
Which of course is not a Black Hawk County.
No, it outside of Waterloo. And the association is for Waterloo. It's not just Black Hawk County, but Waterloo.
Yeah.
The man is outside Waterloo.
See that first.
Yeah. He nowhere closer to see that for neither Waterloo. And Mr. Smith, who is a board member, he left the community for months plus. And no vacancy, nobody attention is on that. They're not even pronounced anything of that.
Can we say the board working? Is the board getting working? John Wisa and his guy. We're talking about John Wisa. We're talking about Asa Phillips. We're talking about Elijah Koto. We're talking about Voka Moba. Are they working, including the Gilford Smith man? Are they working, guys?
I think the board just want to prove something to the president because that their whole attention have been driven to the president, like, oh, the president, they respected us. So we will make sure, you know that what we will make sure that should be removed.
Only
The
the
whole
president they focus
attention,
on.
yes, the whole attention got drawn to that until they forgot about all of what they should have done in the community to help the
They
community.
only there to fight that country.
And one of the
Yeah,
major
that's
work,
true.
and one of the major work of the board is to help the executive to generate fund
Keep going,
for
son.
this
Okay, son.
organization. To
According to
generate
the
fund for the
constitution.
organization,
Yeah.
which of all they are not brought up in the program
Nothing.
that will help to generate fund for the community. But their whole attention is to they want to prove that power. You know what Mr. Smith said one time?
No.
He said it, laughing and stuff, right? He said, we'll make sure the president will not succeed. Me, I have for 4 years, but you, madam, we'll make sure we'll move you from there and we'll scatter everything, and then we'll just lead the community. Send the community put not ready. We'll just lead the community there.
But these guys were voted upon. Why you think like when people got to vote for these kind of incompetent people? So now other people might call them knuckle booms.
You know, Lauren, let me say something, right? Yeah? The election that took place in the community.
Yeah.
I've been in the community initiative
Gotta
for
stretch your leg out.
the longest. I've been in the community initiative for the longest. The election that took place in the community. Even when it comes to the political setting, it can't work. For you to see one set of people on a ticket, everybody win. Overwhelmingly win that particular opposition. And the interesting part of it, when outside, they told one person near and say, oh, that person our income, and that person won along with them.
And that person won. I just said it.
Yeah, and that person won and won with it.
They said, okay, what we do? Say we got 4 board members. Let's look for one person to make them.
One person.
I
And
said,
you know what they use? They use, and I told you yesterday, Saturday, I said the poster you see, right? They use Hillary because Hillary was the one they were using, and Hillary knowing Mr. Phillips to be, later. He said, I'm an interest. And all of them said, yeah, like the interest that the person who carry.
Like sister Judy Hosman, so that like probably know we asked for it.
Yeah. So look, I thought the leadership could have been one of the best. And it was interesting to know that before even the inaugural program, they were already divided. But after inauguration, Sunday was the inauguration, Monday, the vice president resigned.
Yeah.
In fact, even when they resigned before inaugural program, before the inaugural program, but people kept talking to him, say, if you do it, me, you are not 5% because you are not inaugurated.
Yeah.
So the brother patiently hold his say until right after the inaugural program, our brother just sing a resignation and letter. In fact, for me, I think that letter was just waiting. That only the day, just out of the day, and just print it all and just singing.
Okay, so what's the way forward?
So the way forward is this, right? The community themselves need to take that mantle of authority because we have the power.
When you say the community, what do you mean? You mean the stakeholder?
I mean the member, no. The stakeholder, the elders, the youth of this community, we need to stand up. Because we have the mantle of authority. The Constitution says if the leadership fail, the community themselves can come up to make decision of the organization, of the association. So we need to stand up and look. And one of the things that you talk about is the particular appointing the commission. No commissioners, they should be appointed by the community. It should be done in a meeting. And we shouldn't do it with feeling. We shouldn't do it with biasness. We shouldn't do it with interest. We should do it with, look, we should know the people they are. Look, if before somebody become a commissioner, you should be all of politics.
Yeah.
You should have said nothing about politics in the community.
Yeah.
You shouldn't attack anybody personally to say, your umba, you running, Lauren, you want to run, you're not win. Then
should
look
not
at that
you should not
person.
make a remind say they so no one live in a community.
Until I
Now
can lead a community, you will never win in any election. Then we look at you and say, Lauren is the best man to be election commission. Where are we going? Where are we going? Then we say we want for resolution, not resolution, but reconciliation.
Reconciliation.
Then we
I
talk,
don't
we
know.
try your mind.
I want to Hillary to come in studio to tell all about the whole reconciliation thing they were talking about.
Yeah, they want to win for. But you know what? When the person won, the person appointed one of our church in this community leader,
Mhm.
the mother, the pastor to be the chair for reconciliation because she felt that she could use the church to reconcile the community.
Mm.
But then all of a sudden, we
Mm.
saw a chat between the president and the secretary general insulting the president, screenshotting and sending in the group chat, which is one of the first. You know, in the Bible said, all the commandment, the Bible letter want to be the major one. It said, love your neighbor as yourself. That group chat, one of the major rules of that group chat is to not screenshot or message from a DM and bring it in our group chat. Especially that got profane words in it, that got insulting in it.
Wow.
The Secretary General went in, they hear the president DM insulting each other. He took it and brought it in the group chat. He broke that rule and he was like, acting like it to say he was the hero over everything.
So let's hear from you guys. Why if this time again your request be let down? The request for the community to independently appoint the commissioners to run the election, because this is something that you guys raised before, and it was denied. They both forced themselves. They conducted the illegal election. They did that thing
So,
just
so
to.
Mr. Yene, Mr. Yene,
Why if
Mr.
this
Yene,
time around they force themselves again? What happens?
Mr. Yene,
Yeah.
one thing the Constitution
Mhm.
highlighted or that people should know
Mhm.
is that what they call resolution.
Okay.
If the community can come up
Yeah.
and say, look, this time around, we will stand our ground, it won't work. The book got no power to enforce anything.
And the Constitution also speaks on that the community has power more than
But
everybody.
what I'm saying, that's what I'm telling
Even
Yeah.
the
you.
president.
That's
Yeah.
what I'm telling you.
Right.
So
Yeah.
if the community we stand our ground and we said, look, this time around, we're not going to accept this. Look, the executive or the president or the board, the chairman, they cannot force anything. We're going to go to resolution and we're going to settle that, and the community word will come number one, and
Okay.
our interest will prevail.
Our interest will prevail, guys.
And
That's the voice of Honorable
yep.
Amos Ajah, and Mohammed is also in studio here with us. This is the Relationship and the Society show. The invitation is yours to join us. It is all about our Liberian community within the Cedar Valley, particularly Waterloo and that of Cedar Falls. You can join us. You can also help to share the show. You can also follow this page. This is Lawrence Yan Yene, your Yeshua Homo host. For our community member, the link is in the group chat there. If you want to join and be part of the discussion, you can come. This is open to every one of us. Let's hear you, Mohammed, before we take final leave of you guys. Let's hear you.
Yeah. So I just want to mention two things, right? What I
Mhm.
think, if the community tries to, if the board realize that the community is trying to maybe set up a committee to carry on the election activity,
Mhm.
what they will do is they'll pretend to be at peace. I'm actually, it's like a prediction, right? They'll
Okay.
pretend to be at peace just so to have access to
The
the
election.
opportunity.
Yeah.
And then by the time the election is over, the same thing they were doing, they will revert themselves to it again and keep up doing it. That's
Oh, wow.
exactly what they will do. Because right now,
Mhm.
most people already seen the reality. Almost everyone in the community knows that the board is not competent anymore for their roles and responsibilities. They are not taking them anymore. And since that is the case, majority will prefer that we, the community members, we should make our own decisions now. And if the board realizes that, they will trick it. They will say, okay, we're fine. Nothing is happening. Resolution, finish. Everything is done. And then by the time the election is already done, they will trick it, behind the box, or maybe behind the curtain. They will do some things just to make sure it goes well. And then after that, the same thing will continue. And also for the community members, before I leave, if you somewhere, because everybody can be eyes can be clear, right? Some
Mm,
people will say the board's still good at doing betterness. I mean, they're doing better things. But if you really think the board doing better things and they
mm,
want to see the best interest of our community,
mm,
imagine the recent Independence Day celebration. How many
mm.
board members were there? None of them. They didn't show up.
Wow.
Maybe to one or two, maybe one or two show up, but none of them did show up. Majority of them did show up. Now, if you think, even if you have a problem with the president, let's say she did something wrong, which they've never proven anything to show that, hey, this is what she did, even though they've done tons of indictments saying she's doing this, but no evidence. They've not done that yet. But if you really love your community, as you claim, you're providing services, you're making sure to see the community foster. Why would the Independence Day of our nation camps, while everyone is celebrating, everyone is contributing, you decide deliberately to stay home? You can't say all the board members were busy that day. That's not true. It was a planned and calculated decision they made. They decided not to show up.
But these guys have promised the Liberian people that they will always be with the Liberian people. They will be with
Exactly.
them. So,
Yeah.
more importantly, Independence Day for Liberian people. Why will you stay
Mhm.
out?
No,
What
they
kind
didn't
of
show up.
business schedule and you will have that you did not say in excuse?
No, they didn't show up.
Okay.
They didn't
So,
show up.
guys,
And Mr. Laura,
yeah,
I mean,
mhm,
Mr. Yanni,
yeah,
it's so interesting that our
mhm,
Secretary General,
mhm,
the two independent day that their leadership have met in this community since
mhm,
the king of power.
mhm.
Yeah, all with them covering Minnesota. So what's so
Yeah.
important about Minnesota compared to our community?
So that means you only get a community here to I don't know, to make fun, and he does not show
Of
that
course,
concern.
of course,
Oh, yeah.
of course.
Wow. But anyway, at least with the community, he might be going to ballot box for re-election. So community will decide whatever to do or whatever to say there. But guys, are there some issues that we have not talked of that you guys want to raise? Then we just look at it. Other than that, you could get your parting comment and we see what we can do.
Yeah. So I got a question for you too.
Mhm.
I got a question for you too, right? Because
What is
I
it?
know I am always trying to get more information. I'm here. Like most people will say, you've been here for less than a year and you want to know everything. But okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So my question here is this, right?
Mm,
If we are working as a nonprofit organization in this
mhm.
particular environment or in this particular community,
Yeah.
which means the leadership will not be paid. Why is it that they're finding peace and pleasure in manipulating other people, as if they were getting more pay? Why are they doing that?
Yeah, I mean, it's a very good question. Why are they provoking other people? Why are they, I mean, as though they are taking pay? So
Uh-huh.
it's a very
Why?
good
Why
question.
is
What
that?
are they winning? We are taking pay because they're financial thing. They been behind their money penny. From Marco G to Marco G, crowd on them man. Marco G said, in fact, you just forget about him one time, let them move on. Colonial King, Colonial cry. They're going to King too, they're going to cry. Then you got people backing this Richard. What really? Why even if people are not even back Richard, he ain't saying get conscious. He ain't get our conscience to say, oh, ladies and gentlemen, anything here we just doing it to keep ourselves together. We as Liberians in this part of the world. So that means leave that other people come on board too. What thing really beyond the thing here? The
Yeah.
question here, I think it's for every one of us, oh God, I think it's for a particular person. What thing really
and,
beyond it?
and the interesting part of this thing though is a voluntary work.
Yes.
It's a
Exactly.
voluntary
Yeah.
work in a sense that look, when I was working with Colino, Sometimes 2 o'clock, that brother will call me. I'll be sleeping when I jump up from sleep. I will like, but Chi, what going on? My man, we got to do this. I
Yeah.
want you to do that quick. I want you to do that. I want you to do that.
You
Of
got to
voluntary
sleep
work.
so you can go
I'm not
put
even
the
taking
hour.
pay off. I'm not taking a dime of that. In fact, I was even sacrificing finances and my energy and my time and everything.
Wow.
Because some area will have some issue that, like for example, when I took over, one of my promises was I will open a way that look the community we will communicate. Look, our communication system will be very smooth. You know, information discrimination is the
It's very
highest thing in this
important thing too.
community.
Yeah.
Very important.
Yeah.
Oh
So
yeah.
what I did, I had two systems that I started with. I started with a direct texting stuff, which of all I will pay money for that app. And I finance I personally finance it. The first start of it, I finance it, and then I created the WhatsApp group chat that everybody. No, Lauren, that WhatsApp group chat. No, that was Mr. Smith. Mr. Smith. One time he did something in the group chat. I called him to talk to him. You know what the brother told me? He said,
No.
"You know why you make it be more? You make it shut more because he said you don't want to create that group chat, but I will make sure we damage that group chat. We'll open new one." So I told her, I said, are you trying to damage legacy or you trying to
Yeah.
damage the community?
Uh,
Because that cruise are not benefiting nothing for it.
uh,
Why should not pay me for anything?
uh,
It's for the community. Yes. So look, for us to see ourselves in this community, like you to a position that you're not taking pay off. They control that stressful. That you try to go push your hour.
Mm-hmm.
Then
yeah.
somebody tell you, say, move on to the position. You say, I will never move from
I
there
will
until I die.
never move.
I will never move from there.
Richard Gwynny got to forget about going to work that day.
Yeah.
John Wisher got to forget about going to work. Maybe you will say you can work at night, but Ali at that time is also a been sleeping. Call Gloria Mobile got to forget about going to work that day. And then let's go on to Hillary and the other guy. Only to go stay to the call her on issue that they know they are wrong.
But you
Wow.
not saw the secretary general, the financial secretary, you not saw them with great. Don't mean
With
necessarily
great.
they have records on calling on that and they were going to make sure the code was no,
Yeah,
yeah,
like they get our
serious.
equal. You're not complaining. The job when they ask you, this is the people complain. Why you say about it? Then you go bring financial.
You go bring another document and say, oh, the man stole our money. That why I don't want to move on to the position.
The job will listen to
What are you
you.
going to say?
Money
Because the essence of that code was to interpret the constitution to you to
no,
make you to
they
understand that
don't
look,
bring grave
you
and
should have gone third turn. And you went third turn, the constitution said no. That's all.
okay, so guys, let us look at this other side. I think the both of you are supporting. Like maybe Amos, but Amos has not spoken about. I might guess that Amos is also supporting Colonial's re-election. Do you guys care in the shorter time to just tell us little about this guy that you're supporting? Are there no competent people in the community? This is Colonial David who left power. He did not think over the community stuff in his possession, and it's been alleged that he even withdrew money, thousands of dollars from the community account prior to his leaving office. Then you're supporting this guy. Why? Tell us. You tell us. Let's start with Mohammed before we come to let's start with Amos before we go to Mohammed.
Yeah, Lawrence, it's just people will say, oh, you worked with a man before, and you know the man, and this, that. Let me tell you something, right? Even though Mr. David called me personally to ask me as to whether I'm still interested going, because this time around, you want to go as an independent person and run his campaign and make sure you win. But then I have not personally give any statement as of support to this brother. But I will say something for free, right? Mr. Mr. Davis is the kind of a guy who, when he say, I will make sure this work for the community. Look, Mr. Davis got heart for the community. I will say that because when I came in this community, the leadership met in the community.
Mhm.
The place they were renting for meeting.
Mhm.
That brother pay until the leadership, the term was over.
But it's also been
When that brother came
here
into
right
power,
here,
when that
Mr.
brother came to
David,
power,
Mr.
listen
David,
now.
I come in, I come in. It's also going around that Mr. David run this community on a 6-man council where the dream go pepper soup, pig pepper soup all around here. Then where he had a community budget on a debit card where you could just swap it around. Go ahead.
And the person who said that was Hillary, and at the end of it, he came back to apologize to say he didn't because that's no. Some people need were mentioned in that 6-man council, and you need the people that are independent people, that people that are competent people, people that are respected people. But then let me say this, right?
Yeah.
We say things on perception because of politics. And then at the end of the day, we want to come back to apologize and say, look, that thing, my man lead that team, man, my mother Bauer, we're just saying it because of politics. But then you forget to know that this country hold you by what you say,
Yeah.
your word, what you speak. That's why they hold you back. But no, I want people to, we got some brother who have spent 8, 9, 10 years in the country, but they still don't know that, look, you are being held accountable of your word. They will come out and say something and blaspheme you and say, look, Mohammed, because they don't want Mohammed to go to that position, or Amos Raja. Like, for example, they said something about me in the community. Oh, Amos Raja being one little girl.
Mm.
At the end of the day, it went social media and this, that. And the same person who said it came back to me and said, brother,
Sorry.
sorry, I just said it, but I mean it. Are you serious? You have tarnished my repetition. Look, if the parents of that little girl had not known me to know the kind of person I am, the kind of help I am in that family, you know
Yeah.
what's going to happen to me in this country?
Destroy it, man.
We're talking about rape.
Hmm.
Then you come here to say, brother, sorry, I just said that thing, but I didn't mean it.
Wow. At least
So
thank God.
look, Colonel David is a
Mm.
man who, when he target something, he said, look, I'll make sure they call in the community. When they making the parliament, say, I will make sure we get the 501c3.
Hmm.
And he worked towards it and they came on
But
board.
this process was built up by Michael G. Someone might say that.
Yeah, it was better by Michael G. But when we came to power, I said our Secretary General, when we came to power, when we went into the ACA, the people said that name or Liberia Association in Waterloo, that name had been erased from the ACA long time ago. Because there was a time frame that was given that, look, if you're this time around, if you don't come to register this organization and
Hmm.
do this, it will be expired. And that time passes and will expire.
Yeah.
Paulino came and we went back in the ACA and read the people and make them to understand, and this organization exists in this community
Okay. Let's hear you, Mohammed.
before the 501c3 came out.
Okay. Mohammed, let's hear you. Why are you supporting Colonial? This is the 6-man council here. This is man who run the community on a debit card level where you could just swap the community account debit card all around. And this is man who allegedly withdrew money from the community account without anybody consent upon his defeat. Why are you supporting him? Let's hear you, Mohammed.
So, Cornelius scenarios here. Let's look at why I think Cornelius is the best option, right?
Mm.
The first thing is he messed up.
Mhm.
All the community know that he messed up. He did something wrong or some
Yeah.
things wrong.
Mhm.
But then he came up and initially he was like, I didn't do anything wrong. He tried to like counter fight the community, right?
Mm.
And then later he said, okay, I accepted and I did it. And I am waiting to make up for it. He admitted that. And then if you twist that to the other people, they
Mhm.
said, no, we didn't do anything. So we maintain our stand and we stand on it and there is no way we'll stop it. So if someone, we're all humans, right? We can make mistake. But if you make a mistake and then you try to like correct yourself
Mm.
just to see the betterness or to maintain the the highest level of morality, that's
Mm.
the best thing you can do. So Cornelius made a mistake and he apologized. And that should be the one of the characteristics of a good leader. That's one. And then two, You
Mm,
ask another question if there isn't any other competent person.
mm,
Beginning our conversation in this particular Zoom meeting today, you
mm,
asked me whether I support him, and I say yes, I support him. But then there is a conjunction over there, right?
mm,
If he is the only one who was contesting for this particular position, along with someone who is serving currently in the executive or maybe board members, I
mm,
will consider Cornelius. But then if there is another external person or individual who is trying to be part of this particular upcoming election, let's say maybe some elite maybe some community members who has been here or who used to be part of the community before. I know one of them. I think he should be like Elijah, something like that.
mm,
He's a very nice person. I've had a conversation with him before.
mm.
Uh, that guy could be another competent person. But if only Cornelius is contacting with any of the board members or the executive member who is waiting to express interest in becoming president, I'll take Cornelius. Because one, when he says something that I stand toward this, he makes sure he get it. He makes sure it works out. And if he's wrong, he admitted that he's wrong. And he's very, very fluent. He's very, very flexible. And he's trying to make sure the betterness of our community is always at the top priority, even though he has some little faults, even though he has some things that cannot be fixed, and he's willing to change. And
Okay,
that
so
is the best.
yeah,
Yeah.
you speak of Cornelius being someone who can admit his wrongdoing. He did it, although
Right.
he clearly said he wronged the community and he
Yep.
accepted. He apologized and things. So that look the other way now. Why if Richard Winnie to come out and apologize to the community and do things that Cornelius has done, will you support Richard again?
And
Okay.
resign.
So
And resign.
yeah. So here, if we look at Cornelius violations,
Yeah, that's a reason.
yeah, if we look at Cornelius violations, if you want to relate that to the Constitution, it won't be too critical compared to Mr. Benny
Right.
problem, because Mr. Benny is brutally stated in the Constitution that he's not allowed to run anymore. But then now let's look at Cornelius problem, right? Or let's look at Cornelius.
The Constitution provides that when you leave power, when you are leaving, you should turn over power peacefully. You should have a peaceful transition. And Cornelius refused to do that. He did not do that. It's also a violation to the Constitution.
Okay, and then when Cornelius was asked why he did that, he gave a reason, right? The same way where I say it's like a no-win game. That's exactly what happened. Cornelius said, "I can't turn a certain thing because of this particular reason." This something this leader did before. So I'm also dwelling on that as well. So
So
you see
if
the
Richard
problem
comes
where
out,
everything's stressing from.
yeah, if Richard Winnie comes out and do the same, you would support him, right?
No, so I can he's my uncle and he and I have had a lot of conversations, right? But I can't support Mr. Benny anymore because he drained our energy of the community so much. Yeah.
Yeah.
So much that we don't even know what to do anymore. I can't support him anymore.
Okay,
I can't.
guys.
But Lawrence,
Yeah.
before you go, one of the major chaos that took place in the country, that it was because they committed because of Richard Blake. You know
Yeah.
that?
Yeah.
And the brother knowing that, look, it is because of me the community is going backward. But I will not say resign. I will not say relinquish. I will not say yes.
He dressing
But you know how it hurts. Yeah, you know how it hurts. How it hurts when you have a child, right? And then the person steals from you, or maybe spoils something, and you know they did it, and then you ask them, "Why did you do it?" And the person says, "I don't know anything about it." It
I
hurts a
don't know
lot.
nothing about it.
So yeah, so that's
And you see the accident that the chat did it. And
yeah,
the chat keeps saying that
yeah,
not me. But it
right.
hurts more than any other thing.
It hurts a lot.
Yeah.
So
That what
that's
happened
exactly
to
what
Mr.
Mr. Benny
Benny.
doing.
So that's the reason why you will not forgive him, but you can forgive Cornelius David.
Yeah, because Cornelius term of defiance was his term of defiance was very short, right? By the time he noticed that most people were against him,
But,
he brutally said to everyone like, "Oh yes, I did
but
it.
somebody
I
might
did
say
it."
he wants to go back to power. That's why he's doing these things.
No.
But-
I would say
Well,
no. You know why I would say no?
No.
Because they may have asked a community, look, you guys can audit me. You bring an auditor to audit me.
Yes,
And
yes.
if I'm wrong, I will turn over every other form
Yep.
that I took from them.
Yeah, I will
And the
pay.
community, and the board who have the authority
to do that.
settle that auditing committee, they leave everything on, and their focus is we make sure the president will not succeed.
Okay.
Serious.
Well, you know, why the hate the president? What the reason is it? What disrespect did she show them?
No, one of them told me something, right? They said they went into a meeting and then the lady told them, say, I think she walked out of the meeting and told them, say, the thing you're talking, you're ready, when you're ready, you will call me. It was a disrespect to them. They are men. You know the African mentality that look, we men.
Control.
Woman are so
Okay.
And Laura,
And
something
I
will left I want to speak of it. Yeah, I want to speak of something that we left for, right? We got one of the brothers in the community who is highly respected. You mentioned his name when you were talking about Mr. Sam Anna.
Yes, Sam Anna.
Sam Anna being you were appointed by the president as the program chair.
Yeah, program chair. This is the man who I never given a report yet.
Sam Anna have not come out to say, look, the position, I don't want a position no more. But then let's go July 26. That the program chair should have been the one to chair that particular committee. He had a t-shirt printed that was counter. I know which word to use. Because I saw the Secretary General posted that thing in the soccer group chat. He said, your boss saying I know t-shirt are the best. The person she got it from Walmart. Saying I know that the best one. Are you serious? We talk about raising money for the community.
Yeah.
And then the program chair printing t-shirt.
Private t-shirt.
Private teacher to sell it as the original t-shirt.
That's why I always say asymmetric political struggle.
Yeah, go ahead, mommy.
Yeah, I said that's why I always say it is an asymmetric political struggle because the leaders themselves keep fighting against one another. They don't want anyone to go forward. They don't even know their roles and responsibilities. The bull want to overthrow the president. The president is against the bull. Both the bull and executive are against, just like that. They don't even know what they want.
Wow.
They don't know.
Wow.
Just confused.
Okay, so guys, we are doing it here. That's the man Mohammed Dallon and the man Amos Gosson Raja. I don't know. The man, my man, like one Gosson.
Yeah. Yeah, man. That's a need from my mother. That's a need from my mother. You know. Let me discuss the word Gosson, right? When my mother, may also rest in peace. My mother had 11 children.
Sorry. May also rest in
peace. And she had 11 children. I was the 10th. The mother 11.
My mother put 10 children too. She's dead.
Yeah. My born 11 and I was the 10th. But then, just imagine you had 9 children as a country woman, no more delirious.
Yeah.
Then
no more.
No more. Then the 10th one it came with some kind of trouble, complications, some trouble. You had my mother now went to the hospital with all the children she brought. But when I was coming, they had to take her to the hospital to do that and do this, do that, do all the. So she was like, who the other child?
Yeah.
Who the other child? I hope that trouble. But then when I came on earth, according to her, I came with a mark on my arm here. Okay. That was a guy who was her best friend to her. They were friends, they were close. The guy was walking, going to the next village. He got beaten, he was killed along the road. And then because of that, he decided to come to my mother. But then he came with those joking mouth that they had on him. He came with a mask so she can know that I'm the one that came back to you because you my friend. Yes. So then my mother, when certain time came when I started growing up, if I was the only child that somebody could come and say, look, Mama, I carried the other child more to go to school. So she said, it's like my Gosson here. Okay. So that was the name came from Gosson.
Thank you. So you are Gosson. You are Gosson.
Yeah, Gosson. Yes. So that's
it. Okay, so guys, as we said, we are in conversation with Honorable Amos Gossen Raja and Honorable Mohammed Dawon, we are discussing our community matter here. We might not be perfect. We solicit your views, your comments, your opinions. This is all we have to say. And if you disagree with us, yes, we condone that. We are not against anybody here. We're talking what we know, what is about our community. So, my guys, we like to take parting comment from you guys. Whatever we have not touched yet, you are welcome to touch it, and then just give your parting comment so that we can have everything close here now for another time. So, Mohammed, we can hear from you while Amos is trying to rejoin us.
All right. I'd first like to appreciate you, Mr. Yene, and I also thank God for making me to see this live because I just opened my Facebook and I saw you were on live. So at this point, the Liberian community is at a point of making a decision that will either save them or cripple them or manipulate them or destroy them. So we should be very smart, my Liberian community. It can be me, it can be Mr. Yene, it can be Cornelius. We should make the best by choosing the best leader to lead us. You shouldn't just focus on what we have right now. You got to think about your children. You have hundreds of children in this community who, based upon our political system, they will be influenced by either negatively or positively. So we should make a better decision. We should not put people in power who will be fighting one another in the public side. And we should not put people in power who will want to treat us like a kingship kind of leadership. Uh, we should make sure we do the best decision right now and not even to wait for it. And we're not here to, I'm not here, me particularly, I'm not here to castigate anyone. I'm not here to manipulate anyone. But I think speaking the truth is more important than lying and then being shameful at the same time. So it's okay to speak the truth. Even if people hate you, speak about it. And if you know someone is incompetent, tell them you're not competent. If there is a way they can improve themselves, tell them this is what you can do to improve yourself. And our board members, yeah, congratulations to them. They are the foundation of this particular organization. They settle everything. But they say as you age, things can change. Your ability to think fast, your ability to make decisions and to make critical participate in critical thinking matters, it reduces. So they should not think their power is always the ultimate solution. They have limitations and they got to include other individuals as well. So once again, thank you, Mr. Yende and my uncle, Raja. Thank God sent Raja. Yeah, I got to learn that perfectly. Thank you too
Yeah.
for joining us and also for your contributions. And I do appreciate your perceptions as well. Thank you.
Thank you. Let's hear you, Amos. Your parting
Yeah,
comment.
yes, Mr. Yene, thank you very much for this. One of the things I would tell people is that, and I think I told you one time, sometimes a good people like you in the community who come up here to discuss the community, the interests and the chaos and whatsoever in the community, so that other people outside Waterloo can know how our community runs or how it works. So look, it's a great thing. If we all can just pull our feeling aside and think, look, let us promote our own. Let us make I went through the preamble of the constitution, right?
Mm,
The organization, the association was funded to for the happiness of all,
Right.
yeah.
to free the in fact a newcomer come in the community should gather and go to them and welcome them and make them to feel at home. That was the reason the organization was funded. But then because of not in the interest of the person, the other little king that I'm a person and politics, we make politics have overcome everything. So what I would say here is this. Look, you see what happening in the community now? These days the auxiliary group are more than any other thing in this community.
Wow.
Since the community was funded,
Yeah.
the auxiliary group now in the community, every little people they have their own group.
Yeah.
The female, our young sisters, they got separate group.
Yeah.
Our older mothers, they got separate group. Our young men, they got separate group. Because why? Because everybody fighting for the happiness. And the community, the association that should bring the happiness to us is not working in our interest.
No.
Yeah.
So I'm only asking our leaders and our community people this time around, let us not vote because we hate somebody in that particular other group that we think that if that person, somebody from that group win, then that person win. So we will vote the wrong people and we think they are the right people. Let us vote accordingly. Let us vote the interest of the community. Let us bring people, new people on board that look, let us evaluate our leaders this time around before electing them. Yes.
Yeah.
So let us vote for the interest of us.
Thank you so much, guys. Let us vote for the interest of the community. That's the voice of the man, Amos Raja. That ends the conversation here. The invitation is yours to join us another time as we bring fresh edition. If this show was not better, we hope and pray to make it better. If it was better, we hope and pray to make it more better than this. Well, guys, before we leave studio, we'll just be able to go through the comment section of the show and read you some of the comments here. Well, the man, Commissioner Danington Deba Rice, he said, yes, brother, let me know when you are ready. And the man Richard Winnie came here and he said, interestingly, I love interesting people. That's the man who has violated the constitution of the community. The man Richard Winnie. You were following this show. You were following the show. And the man Abraham, that's the man Abraham Nyan Konono Lincoln the second. He said, kind of following from let me see where he follows up from. He said, I am following from the Supreme People Republic of Liberia. I tell you, that's the voice of our late Professor Jones Dopo of the University of Liberia. May his soul rest in perpetual peace. Professor, will continue to remember you. Facebook, we own no copyrights to this song I'm playing. This is just to make our audience to be entertained. My name is Lawrence Yan Yene. I'm your usual homo host of this show. This is the Relationship and the Society show. If this show were not better, we'll tell you we're going to make it better the next time. And if this were better, hope and assure you I will make it more better than this the next time. I am the only child that my grandma used to love most. Mother Yake Blade, may her soul rest in perpetual peace. She used to love me more than all grandchildren as far as I'm concerned. I must love the child. That's how we let her go home on this show, guys. Please help to share the show. Don't hesitate. Share it with anybody. We anticipate your opinions, your views, your comments, and your corrections.
They began to gossip about the father. When the brother was 9 months, the chief went and told his daughter and said, tomorrow you will drink Sasebo water. If I the one pregnant you, then you will vomit. But if you lie on me, you will die. The guy said for paying the night, secretly. He said, I'm about to deliver. My father wants to kill my baby and myself. He said, don't worry. I will go to one King Juneville and drink. Get drunk. When you drink that water, I will come and jump on top of you. When you start to run behind me, then you will get gentle. Stay and vomit, because if you don't stand up, you will not vomit. They went to one King Juneville soon in the morning. He took one best beer barrel, he drank it. The second one, he drank it. The third one, he drank it. He fell asleep. started dreaming about America, Europe, Asia, and whatnot. The girl trying to cut the water, the baby began to turn in her stomach. When she looked this way, she couldn't see pay. She told her father, I want to sing. The father said, he said, you can sing, but don't stand up. She started calling pay in cry. Pay yo, pay the woman yo. Ah, pay yo. That guy was lying down daydreaming. One woman went out down when he said, we are witch. She turned to one mango flower. The mango flower went and sat down and paid road to the King June Mill. And hauled his loud head from Pay nursery. Pay jumper and said, God damn it. What kind of way I have forgotten about the people's daughter? He took her his shirt, took her his trousers, took her his brief, everything. He started running. The property started knocking on your lap. Yes, Asabawa. As soon as he came and jumped over together, the king said, yo, grab that man quick. He started running in the bush, and you know when those security people are in favor of something, they'll run behind you with some kind of pretense. They jumped in the bush, and during that time, the girl was able to harm it. When she delivered the baby, was so far until the grand people called her Sonwele.